Hello, my ravens. I'm sorry, I kind of look like a mess. We're just gonna keep it here because this place at least kind of looks put together. I'm gonna distract you with my necklaces. But hi, hello. Eid Mubarak to those of you who celebrate Eid. I just wanted to take 2 seconds out of my day and just wish everyone an Eid Mubarak and let everyone know that if anyone does not know what Eid is, it's basically marks the end of Ramadan, and Ramadan, as I said in my other video, is a month in which Muslims fast and abstain from a whole bunch of different activities and a whole bunch of different things, including eating and drinking from sun up to sundown. And the whole point of the month is to worship God and basically just reflect on your life and try to make improvements in your life. You can use that time to gain a better understanding of the religion, gain a better connection with God, reconnect with God, reflect on your life, improve your life, break any bad habits that you're trying to really focus on breaking, implement new practices and habits in your life. What else? Give to charity. Really reflect on how fasting makes you feel, and it's supposed to give you more empathy for people who are in situations where they know they're not going to be able to eat at sundown. You know, a lot of us know that when we break our fast, we're going to be having a meal. So that is covered a lot more in detail in a separate video that I made. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but that's sort of the gist of it. And Eid basically marks the end of Ramadan, and it is a celebration of not the fact like, yay, we don't have to starve ourselves anymore, because a lot of people unfortunately look at fasting like starvation. But in my opinion, if that's how you see fasting, then you shouldn't be fasting in the first place, because it is supposed to be a spiritual practice and a spiritual awakening, or a spiritual progression, journey, whatever you'd like to call it. And if that's not what you're getting out of it, then at that point it's just starvation, basically, right? So the celebration is not like, yay, I get to eat whatever I want. I mean, that is part of it, because you're supposed to be grateful, like, wow, I've just experienced what it's like to be hungry and to refrain from all of these things. Oh my God, it is such a blessing to be able to do all of these on a daily basis that we take for granted. But also, more importantly, it's a celebration, I think, of the sort of new parts of you and the promises that you've made, that you plan to keep for the rest of your life, that you've made in Ramadan. It's not just for these 30 days that you make these changes or try to become a better person and then that's it. It's supposed to be a lifelong promise to yourself, that you're going to be better and you're going to make these changes, and all the changes that you've made in Ramadan will continue into your life. So I remember this Ramadan, for example, something small. I tried my best to cut down on swearing, and I feel like the mother flipper dipper really made it set its grounds in me. Like, I feel like it would be very rare for me to say mf'er. Um, Before I rarely use that word anyways. Sometimes I just used it as a joke or like a meme or something. But now I feel like mother flipper dipper just feels right. And even the times where I'm trying to say the F word, I really feel like I've cut down on that as well, which is awesome, which is great. It's something small, but it's something for me. I would like to expand my vocabulary, and I'm sure there are other words that convey the same type of feeling. I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta use the F word because it's just, I get it. But there are other times where it's just a filler and it loses meaning. So yeah, that's that. But you know, there are of course deeper things that I have worked on during Ramadan that I don't really see a point in sharing, because it is a personal, private journey. And I also think that by mentioning it, it might just come off like I'm being, I'm gloating or being boastful, which I'm completely not. So I'm just not going to mention it. But instead, what I will say is that I'm very grateful for this month. I do feel like there were changes made, and I do feel like my life is different leaving Ramadan. And I heard in a religious sermon is that when you leave Ramadan and your life is different, that's when you know you've really grasped the meaning of Ramadan and how it's supposed to be. So that makes me really happy. And I'm not anywhere close to where I want to be ultimately in the religious practices and spiritual bit of Islam. But one day, baby steps. I'm trying to become a better person, and I think that's really important. But yeah, I just wanted to say that that's what Eid is about. It's about celebrating the new bits of you, the new you, whatever you'd like to call it, and just being grateful for the things that you once took for granted, and any new habits that you implemented in your life. It's supposed to be celebrated. You're supposed to enjoy it with your friends and your family and your loved ones. And I need 2 minutes. I'm just coming. And but at the same time, sometimes what happens is people are so caught up in the celebrations that they break all the progress that they have made during Ramadan. Like, let's just say, for example, so in Islam, you're not supposed to drink, right? So let's just say in Ramadan, they didn't drink because you're not supposed to. And then after Ramadan, or to celebrate Eid, they go out drinking. Someone goes out drinking. Like that, for example, is an example of you kind of just throwing dirt on the progress that you've made during the month. So it's important to keep in mind, like, just because it's Eid and it's party time, we still gotta maintain the rules and the practices that we were practicing before. It's different if you're just not religious and that's the path you choose to follow. Do your thing, right? But excuse me, I just mean for people who were trying to break that or change that in their Ramadan, and then they kind of just lose track. And I feel like we're all gonna have relapses. We're all gonna have time. I got some WhatsApp messages and it just cut the video. So what I was saying is that's just something that we all need to be mindful of. Whoever is trying to keep the changes that they've made in Ramadan going forward. Again, this is not a preach session. This is more just like a little reminder and a little educational bit for people who don't know what Ramadan is and don't know what Eid is. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. If you don't celebrate Eid, I hope it's wonderful. If you do celebrate Eid, I hope it's wonderful. And God willing, I will see you all soon. Take care, stay scrumptious, and God willing, I'll see you either today or tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is my first official Ravens Real Talk episode with some amazing Raven community guests. So that's going to be tomorrow, Monday, 6 p.m. EST. God willing, I'll see you there. Take care, stay scrumptious, and Raven out. Bye.